Have you ever noticed that people with ADHD tend to obsess over the things they're interested in? That's because the ADHD brain has a hard time focusing on things it has no interest in. So when you're interested in something, you hyper-focus on those things. I have a unique perspective on the topic, having been diagnosed myself. And what I've observed is that most people who ride motorcycles have some sort of ADHD themselves. In fact, I personally haven't met a single fellow rider that didn't say they had it in some way. So what is it about motorcycles that seems to grab ADHDers' attention? Using my own experiences and research, that's what I decided to find out. With ADHD, you're always seeking stimulation, and that stimulation has to come from things that excite you or allows you to focus. The speed offers that stimulation we crave, that adrenaline rush. The rush of the wind and the loud sound of the exhaust simply makes you feel alive. With ADHD, your brain is always on, and for me, when I get on that bike, that storm of thoughts slowly dissolves as I shift into gear. The clarity that very rarely exists in my mind comes over me in a full force as I ride, around corners slicing through the air like poetry. The need for stimulation makes riding a motorcycle that much more appealing. Every ride feels like an adventure that will turn into a cherished memory. Anyone with ADHD knows the challenges of social events and talking to people. This is just another thing that motorcycles solve. The camaraderie and community of bike riders is like nothing I've ever experienced. There's a unique bond that forms among riders, giving the motorcycle wave with the two fingers down and the head nods of approval and respect amongst riders makes you feel a connection with others that can be difficult for someone with ADHD. Creativity can be difficult for me because I lack interest in most things. Because I like riding motorcycles, my creativity can come out, which is another thing motorcycles solve, by allowing the rider to customize their bike to their liking. You can change the fairings and do all kinds of customization. Imagine a volume dial you can turn almost all the way down. It takes away all the mental chatter that puts your attention all over the place. That's what it's like when that helmet comes on. It's rare that you can maintain hyperfocus on something that you're doing while not being distracted by every little sensory stimuli around you. Like you can finally be present and engaged in the moment. These are some of the experiences and observations that I've made for why I like motorcycles so much. And I think that's why most people who have ADHD like motorcycles. So tell me, do you feel the same when you ride?